morning to all of you. As you know, we are approaching OS 2020 OCS examination, and this time we are having 400 odd posts. And students are must have been preparing, a very hard-working session to crack the examination. From that point of view, on behalf of Akti Plus Academy Principal Service, we have brought this video emphasizing to improve your answer writing skills in OCS main examination for 2020. See why we are focusing for OCS main examination 2020. See, at this time we are having number of posts around 400, and probably you will can crack the preliminary examination at your will. Or it may be little more easier than earlier part. Looking at that perspective, this year your main answer writing and main preparation should be should be more emphasized rather than other parts of the preparation. Or so many students while preparing for civil service examination, they have been finding difficulty while preparing their answer writing. Or whenever they are facing the examination and main examination, they are having some problems in writing the papers, main papers. They have been doing fair well. They have been doing fairly well in the preliminary examination. But while coming to the main examination, they used to filter. In that sense, you have to develop your answer writing skill. That will help you to understand how to crack the examination. So this is something we have done, but in interesting part. Approach and answer writing in OCS main examination. You see, a good answer is based on the following aspects. Two parts: content analysis, presentation analysis. Means what I am trying to say, it is content part, another is presentation part. The content part should be answer addressing the question. Is your question be addressing the question? Lots of times we are writing some questions, answer, but it is not relevant to the answer. It is irrelevant. That should not. Does your answer require conclusion or no? See, most of the time, answer needs a conclusion, but it depends upon the question. That we will see while we come to the slides. We will see how the answer needs a conclusion or not. Coming to, have you attempted all subparts of the question? See, in each question we have different subparts. These subparts should be analyzed critically to get the answer, because questions most of the time comes in breakups, in parts. Those your answer require an introduction. So we have to address introduction, conclusion, how your question is relevant, and the parts of the questions. Coming to the second part, presentation analysis. Should answer be written in points of paragraph? See, I have encountered lots of questions in my career. Students are asking, sir, whether the question should be answered in bullet points or in paragraph. That we have to see. And it depends upon the type of question that is asked in the examination. So come to the second part. Should we cover the complete space given for the attempting? So that we have to also understand. That is a very tricky one, but it may not be useful in the recent context. Is there any need to underline? Should you underline your answer? Should you add it to the word limit? But what will be your word limit? Suppose one question is known to me, and I can keep the answer in more than 200 words. So in that sense, what will be my focus? Whether I should write more than 250 or I should limit to answer within 200. That is a puzzle one. That is a confusing one. That is an intricate one, and we should to be taken care of that while we are discussing on this part. Coming to this discussion, we have 9 points, and the first one we are having is your answer addressing the question. We have some sub points where we have 14 sub points, and we will discuss one by one. The most common reason behind scoring low marks is lack of candidates' ability to address. Most of the time, students after appearing the main examination, when they come to us or they come to me, they ask me, sir, I have done excellently well in the examination. I have attended all the questions, but my score is very little, or my score is not up to my mark. So when their question arises, that means You might have attempted all the question, you might have done exceedingly well according to your view. But whether you have covered all the parts, all the angles, so that you have scored the right mark. That is why you have to take care of all the pieces and bits and pieces while writing the answers. Okay. However, have you ever had an candidate saying that I am attended almost all, yet I could not dare miss their men's examination? You have probably met the candidate who wrote answer who did not address this question. So these are the questions which each and every time comes to us and we have to take care. To understand how to address question properly, we can classify this question into parts, statement and directives. So what are the important advanced directives OPC can use? AH means advanced directives. This part, advanced, AH, advanced directive. What do directives means? Here a simple list for you. We will further learn about their application by attempting past year question. 1. These are the points we have to address. These are the points we have to remember in our mind while attempting the questions. Or these are the list of the questions. See, in the question you will see in the prefix, enumerate, highlight, outline, discuss, explain. So in that sense, what is the question is all about, or the what the question setter is intended to ask. That is why these are important points, and that is coming in the part enumerate. It means mention a number of things one by one or give the list of things. Got it? Highlight. Draw special attention to something. Means you are in somewhere you have to bring something important thing. The core or center of the discussion should be there. For an example, I am saying, suppose a question is coming about 1947 Act. This will discuss. So what is the core point of the discussion? 1947 Act, what is the core point? 1935 Act, Government Act in history, but in India, what is the core act? Is it tyranny? Is it bicameralism? Is it something like coming in the mind into relation with princely states? So what is the core part of the discussion? That is highlight. Outline means giving a summary of the something. This is something example where given the circumstances leading to enactment of Indian Independence Act 1947 and discuss its provisions. That is what we are discussing. Next is your discuss. Discuss means write about the topic in detail. Detail, taking into account different issues and ideas. Okay, you have to discuss in detail. When something is asked, discuss. Then here you have to approach the elaborated view. With respect to South, I am giving some questions. This is a question. Okay, this question, example question. With respect to South China Sea maritime territorial disputes and rising tension affirm the need for safeguarding maritime security to ensure freedom of navigation and overflight throughout the region. In this context, discuss the bilateral issue between India and China. So you have to discuss the topic in detail, as I have been highlighted earlier class. Explain. What is meant by word, text, concept, or action? Explain means what do you mean by this particular word? The text, the concept, the action. Okay. Justify. You have to prove. You have to prove something. You have to at the end you have to write something why it is possible. Suppose somebody is written, the written question is like our president is a fountain of mercy. Justify. You have to see. You have to enlighten the points, the theories, which shows he is the fountain of mercy, or he is merciful, or he is giving some pardon. How he is giving pardon? Article. So in this article pardon, you have to address, comment, give your expression, opinion, reaction. What you have to give any idea, anything new, or any opinion regarding particular thing. Examine. These are the things which coming in the exam, and you sometimes when coming, you think all are same. This is something a WH question. Do not do this. No, do not repeat such, or do not commit such mistakes. Explain, justify, comment, examine, all are different. All have a different aspects. while writing the question. Inspect someone or something in case of examine thoroughly in order to determine the nature or conditions. Okay. We have described salient features of Mahanadi river system and impact on agricultural bodies. So I am giving an example. Elucidate. Make something clear, explain. Okay. Make something clear or explain. Same to explain. Elucidate means explain. So you have to come to this part, this particular part. Explain and elucidate, both are connected. Okay. Both are connected. This is the question the World Bank and the IMF collectively, known as the Bretton Woods, you know, the Woods brothers, are the two integral pillars supporting the structure of the world economic and financial order. Superficially, the World Bank and the IMF exhibit many common characteristics, yet their role, functions, and mandates are distinctly different. Elucidate. So I have already discussed elucidate means explain. Here the questions are with soft parts, and you have to take care of the soft parts. Illustrated. What is mean illustrated? Explain with help of examples. Okay. Whenever somebody is asking illustration or illustrated, you have to give the examples. Evaluate. Very interesting. Give the pros and cons of the subject matter. Okay. And draw a conclusion. So what you have to do? You have to write advantages. Okay. Disadvantages. Then compare and give conclusion. And try to conclude positively in the question. That is why you will get the good marks. See, lots of times the questions are coming in the examination. The question related to government policies, government programs. And students sometimes they are against the government. They used to write lots of negative things. You never do such mistakes. Because tomorrow you are going to work in a government and your job is to justify the government policies. So that is why as a aspirant, civil aspirant, think like an officer and write like an officer. What you have to do, you have to give the advantages and disadvantages. And finally you have to come to the point that you have to see whether, and you have to mention that the advantages must be having an edge, must be having something extra over disadvantages. And that is why you will get the answer. Assess and analyze, estimate the nature, ability or quality of the person or situation or any other thing. It may also mean evaluate in some questions. So assess and analyze has some relevance to your evaluate. Critically evaluate, analyze, most of the time the question comes. Here again, it is all about giving the pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages of the subject matter and explain why the negative weighs more than the positive. See, very interesting. Why the negative is more than positive? However, in some situations, positive can more than negative. So it is depending upon the question. You have to give why something is posted something in a better position than the negative part. But if positive part is better, then you have to see why it is. Okay. So not only you can give to advantage and disadvantage. Finally, while concluding, you have to write whether the disadvantages are having in a better position than the advantages or vice versa. That you have to write down. Okay. Critically evaluate. So Montemillo Reform Act or Montemillo Act. So critically evaluate 1919 Act. So critically evaluate non-cooperation movement. Critically evaluate Swadeshi Act. These are the things which may be coming to your mind. Critically analyze sometimes comes in the examination. In that sense, you have to write in advantages form, in disadvantages form, and in the finally you have to decide which one is better. So now question arises, sir, whether how can somebody knows this is something we should write in favor or in against in the final and the conclusion. So one more thing is that in most of the things you have to finally conclude positive. In little thing like this is something a negative thing which is having a negative effect on the society, like child labor, like dowry, like unemployment, here you can go for some adverse points or negative points. But in case of policies, measures, or something has been done in earlier part of your country, which is giving a very excellent result for us. The policies, government policy is giving a good results. In that sense, it is your duty to go for the positive part. Okay. Now, so this is where we have come to 13 point. The 14 point, critically exam and discuss critically. Already discussed, and again the question requires break up the issue or situation into various parts to analysis of these parts. Like increasing interest of India and Africa has pros and cons. Critical exam. So here you see this is a very interesting question. In Indo-Africa relations, you have to give the advantages and disadvantages. Then you have to analyze. So Indo-Africa you have lots of advantages because you see Africa is a novice virgin market, and virgin market, this is something people are doing lots of business in Africa. Indian companies are setting up business and they are getting revenue. In negative sense, like civil rights, lots of issues, unexplored areas. Sometimes there is a feelings to our Indians. These are the negative points. And finally, you come to conclude whether India can establish their business in Africa. So mineral resources also available as advantages. So this thing you have to take care of that. So this is the first part we have finished with all these 14 points. 1 to 14 we have discussed in the first part. Now we come to the second part. Have you attempted all the subparts of a question? A typical UPSC question consists of one or more than one part. The candidate's score can drastically go down if he or she does not address all parts of the question. Let us understand with an example. Consider the following question. WTO is an important international institution where decisions taken affect countries in profound manner. What is the mandate of WTO and how binding are the decisions? Critical analysis India stand on the latest round of talks on food security. See, somebody may ask me, sir, why I have taken the UPSC man's question? See, lots of time UPSC man's questions are coming in the office. So that is why it is the duty to go through the UPSC man question sometimes, and those questions I have taken so that you can get a better aspect or better analysis. Here we have three parts. First part, what is the mandate of WTO? So when you are writing the answer, it is your duty to break up the parts. Second part, how binding are all of the decisions. Third part, critically analyze India's stand on the latest round of talks on food security. Go around, sorts of mechanism, SSM mechanism, EFA mechanism, that's all are India's protesting without the subsidies given to the developed nations. All these things you can even write down. If you leave any part of the question unattended, then accordingly marks will be deducted. So let us see, this is 15 marks divided into 5 plus 5 or 5. It may be 8 plus 2 plus 3. Okay. Does your answer require a conclusion? The main body of the answer should lead to a logical conclusion. Conclusion is important only in those questions which demand candidate's opinion or evaluation. The main body of your answer should lead to a logical conclusion. So conclusion is important only in those questions, right down, which demand candidate's opinion or evaluation. So depending upon the question you have to analyze. In this question, candidate is required to consider the various aspects, pros and cons, and then take a final view of the matter. For instance, consider the following questions. Very WTO institution where decision taken affect countries. Let's discuss on food security. Same question. On the other hand, conclusion is not important. In those questions which demand a simple enumeration of the facts, aspects, or regions, or particular situation or condition, for instance, consider the following question. Discuss the impediments India is facing in the pursuit of permanent seat in the UN Security Council. So depending upon the number of questions, in this question you might not need a conclusion. So depend upon the question, not important in those questions which demand simple enumeration of facts, aspects, or results. So here, very clearly it mentions impediments means obstacles. Okay. Obstacles. India is facing. The impediments, so you do not need any conclusion, should be absent. It should not be conclusion not required in this question. Okay. So depending upon the question. In the first part, WTO is an important international institution where decisions taken affect the countries in profound manner. What is the mandate of WTO and how binding are the decisions? Critical analyze India's stand on the latest round of talks on food security. So here you need something conclusion. Okay. Next question is, does your answer require an introduction? GS paper 1, paper 2 have questions, each word with limit of either 150 words, 125 words. The questions usually contain subparts. See, most of the science students are asking me how to write and in what extent I have to write. It depends. Most of the times it is given the number of words. Sometimes it is not given the words. Suppose it is 150 words, this answer. So you have to write and you have what you have to do. Very simple logic I am giving to you. You write down on a paper. You count your words. In each paper you will find number of the words. 150, 125, and accordingly you have to write in the exam. Suppose in one paper you are coming one page you are having 150 words. Definitely in one page you can answer one question because it is 150 words. So it is depending upon your answer writing in earlier times when you are preparing for the examination. You have to consider how much words you are covering. Okay. So write a simple introduction in one line. Introduction. See, I am giving you the logic to how to write. Introduction in one line. Don't waste more time because 150 words is very few number of words. Introductions could be as simple as definition of something, the various factors behind the cause, etc. Should my answer in points or paragraph? So depending upon the question you have to write whether it should be paragraph or point. Most of the time it is welcome to write in points, bullet points, but there are certain questions where you can also write in a paragraph. Like a question like 1960 is a model to enhancement of disputes between India and Pakistan. Discuss. Such questions can only be addressed in paragraph. For paragraph writing, it is advisable to split your answer into two small paragraphs containing one single idea or argument. More than each paragraph should be in continuum, or the previous paragraph should be lead to next one. So there must be a coherence. There must be a coherence. Small paragraph, small paragraphs. Okay, each paragraph different, and it will give you good marks. Not entirely, it's a coherence. Okay. So this is where most of the time write in point form. The certain question depending upon the situation of the question you can go for paragraph writing. Is there any need to underline? Yes, definitely you have to underline because examiner most of the time I am saying about OPSC. Here the answer examiner I have a little concern about how people are evaluating the papers. I am not criticizing, but sometimes there is just a concern. In that case, suppose you have written some good points and due to some reason, due to bad luck, due to misfortune, they might have missed your point. In that sense, it is your duty to underline the points or the main thing. Like the year, the act, like some acts, like years, like in a critical thing. Okay, that is you have taken care of. Appropriate underlining simplifies the task for examiner in brings the purpose of the examiner underline text. What I have discussed, it is given there. 7 points, should you adhere to the word limit? Definitely. I am giving some examples here. One student is very good in one question and he wants to write whatever he wants. He may write, more than 150 words, which is demanded in the question, and he has gone for 200, 250 words. Okay, he has done one very well. But by doing this, what he will do, it will cost some questions to him. At the end, after the exam, he might say, sir, I have missed 4 questions. Because some questions are very easy to do. So this is something of my liking. I can answer lots of questions from that part. Do not do such mistakes. Even if you know lots of things, it is your duty to summarize the answer. For that reason, answer writing, practice of questions, it is very important. And categorically in civil service examination, in applicable academic civil service, we have categorically giving answer writing methods, answer writing techniques, and answer writing before the examination. It is your duty to go through this particular test series or examination so that you can manage your time in preparing the answers. Okay. And one more thing I am putting here also, if somebody is writing more than, suppose it should be one page, if he is writing more than one page, then 2 pages. For each extra of redundancy writing or extra writing, surplus writing, he may get some negative marks. Okay. What is the role played by languages in maths? Some students think that if I am very good in ornamental power in language, I should keep on writing that. Do not do that. Your language should be simple and it should be communicating. It should be communicating, it should be easier. Okay. And finally, the last one, how do I manage my during exam? It is very difficult to have precise number of questions. So, how do I manage? I have given a little tricky part here. Looking at the trend of last 2-3 weeks, last 2-3 questions here, we can divide the entire range of questions to 30 number of questions of each 10 marks. Because 300 questions, 300 marks is coming. So, it divided by 30, 10 marks, okay, 30 questions. You do another time, every 150 words question gets 6 minutes 45 seconds. Means 10 mark question, you have to allot, this part here, 6 minutes 45 seconds. And every 250 words, question gets 1150 45 seconds. Means 10 mark questions, 6 minutes 45, 21 questions, 11 minutes 45 seconds. This is as simple as that. Hope you understand all these slides and you could have understand what is the logic behind this all this discussion. Okay, how we have prepared this discussion, and you can simply analyze the questions and answer the questions, and that will help you in the future endeavor. And one more thing that let me say that before sitting the analyzation, it is your duty to answer all the questions. Previous year question, last 5 year question you can take a look and you can answer those questions in your own method and show to the experts or evaluate that expert, and you will be in a better position whether we can get good marks or not. Okay, thank you.